Welcome to the long exposure. Today we're going to talk about camera brands. What is the best camera brand? I shoot Canon, so I'm way better than you guys. Okay, so Canon is the best. No, guys, don't think like that. Okay, first off, before we get started, subscribe. Check out my authors, my books that I've authored in the description down below on Amazon. Do not be one of those idiots who bashes camera brands. Okay, every camera brand in this modern day and age is very, very, very on par with each other as far as different models go, okay? So if you get a Canon, 5D Mark IV now, I guess, it's going to be on par with the upper end, middle end Nikon, okay? Now, if you're taking photos and someone comes up with their Nikon, there's been this thing in the past. It's kind of gone down, I feel like, quite a bit recently, but it's kind of been this thing in the past where photographers are very judgmental to other photographers based on what they shoot with, okay? So, for example, if I shoot with a Canon 5D Mark IV or something like that, and I see a guy shooting with a Canon T3i, and using the passive mentality, I'm like, that's a noob, that's stupid newbie. Like, don't be like that, guys. The photographer community it should be a close-knit, useful, helpful community that helps one another instead of bashing each other and having this weird cliquey separation of noobs, professionals, and just amateur hobbyists, okay? So what is the best brand of camera? I would say the best brand of camera is the one that fits your budget, does what you want it to do, and works for you, okay? And above all else, the best camera brand is the one that you have on you, okay? Now, I'm not going to say that all cameras are equal. Of course, if you spend $4,000 on a camera, it's going to be a better camera than you spend $800 on or $500 on. Yeah, of course, it's going to have more features. It's going to have a little bit better technologies and all those things. But some of the best pictures I've ever seen, the best photographs, have come from cameras that are very cheap, but the photographer is very, 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 very smart, intuitive, and creative, okay? Also, glass is much more important than your body, okay? This is the one thing that many people, at least starting out, do not understand, is I would rather have an $800 camera with a $2,000 piece of glass on there, a lens, for those that don't know what glass really means, than have a $2,000, $4,000 camera and a $50 lens, okay? You're going to get much better pictures, even though the megapixels and all that stuff, because megapixels, if you don't really understand them very well, they don't always mean a better picture, okay? So, the best brand is the one that you can afford, the one that's on you, and the one that you are proficient at, okay? If you are shooting Nikon for 20 years and then you switch to, if you shoot with Nikon for 20 years and then switch to Canon, if your first day is not going to be your best day, but you're going to learn that and you're going to be able to shoot and transfer over to that if that's what you choose to do, okay? But I'm just saying, if you're used to a certain brand, it can be helpful sometimes, at least in the beginning, to stick to that brand because most of the controls stay consistent. The other thing I will say is, going back to that, different cameras are better at certain things. Like, if a camera has 4K video functionality and you need that, then look for that functionality, okay? But just because you need 4K doesn't mean you need to go buy a red, a $40,000 red camera. You can get a Canon or a Nikon or a Panasonic or whatever that works just as well for your needs, okay? So, the sun's about to go behind a cloud. That's why the exposure's changing on me. Anyways, guys, don't become one of these brand bashers, okay? You can love your brand. You can be passionate about your brand. You can share people about your brand. But don't be one of these fools that just goes around mocking people because they don't have the brand that you prefer, okay? Just don't. Please don't, okay? Anyway, until next time, please subscribe. Check out the links to my Amazon store where you can get my books on photography, videography, and many other things. Talk to you guys later. Please subscribe.